Hey guys, we teach you guys a lot of lessons, but we actually do this for real. Okay? Check us out on Instagram. See us live and in action, talking to the buyer, talking to the seller, talking to the attorney, talking to other wholesalers. Okay? We do this every day. This is our full-time job, and we grind 24/7. We don't stop. We do this every day, man. This is what we do every day. So let's get it. What's up, everybody? This is Rico with Wholesale. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about how to assign a subject to. Okay? How to assign a subject to. Alright, so what is a subject to? Okay, subject to is simply your end investor taking over your seller's payment subject to the mortgage. Okay, your end investor taking over the seller's payment subject to the mortgage. Okay? All that means, simply what it says, your buyer that you're bringing to the table is going to step into the seller's shoes, and now they're making payments on the mortgage. Okay? That's what a subject to is. Alright. So, now, whenever you're performing these subject twos, I want you to consult with an expert. Okay? Consult with the expert. Alright? It's a lot of stuff that you need to learn. So definitely consult with an expert, okay? Get advice on it, before performing it. So every deal that we do, subject to, and we do a lot, okay? We do a lot. We do a lot of assigning subject twos. Our attorney is our expert, okay? Our attorney, our real estate attorney, is our expert. So call up your title companies and attorneys in your area and ask them if they do any assignable contracts on a subject to, okay? And just start from there, and then they'll give you all the advice you need to know, and just keep calling. Just keep calling them until you get the answer you want. Okay. All right. So, how to structure a subject to deal. All right. So first of all, the seller has to want to do a subject to. Okay. You can't say you're going to wholesale the property and then find somebody that's subject to it. Okay. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you don't want to be known as a bad investor in your area. Oh, they said they was buying my house, and next thing you know is the payments have been missed, and I thought my house sold. Nah, you don't want that. You don't want those problems, okay? You got to be upfront with the seller, and they have to agree. They have to agree to want to do a subject to, okay? There's all other kind of creative financing strategies, but today we're talking about subject twos, how to assign a subject to. So when you're asking this seller, when you're talking to this seller, you want to ask them, hey, would you consider, another investor coming in, taking over your payments, subject to the mortgage? I know you're behind on your payments, and I can help you relieve the stress that you're going through. And they're going to be like, oh, please, I just can't make the payment no more, and that'd be so nice of you. Thank you so much. And now you're in the ball game, okay? So the first thing you want to do is find out if they're behind on payments, okay? You got to find out if they're behind on payments, okay? So this lady has a $100,000 mortgage, okay? And she's behind $2,000 on her mortgage, all right? She's behind $2,000. So in order to perform a subject to, your buyer is going to first have to catch up this mortgage, all right? Okay, so that's the first step, all right? Now, you want to make some money on this too. So, you bring a buyer in that's going to put down $10,000 on top of your two. Okay? Your buyer is bringing in $10,000 on top of this $2,000. Okay? So now the buyer is bringing a total of what? $12,000. Okay? So your buyer is bringing a total of $12,000. Okay, to this deal. Okay, so when you hand the paperwork over to the attorney, it's going to say that your buyer such and such is taking over the payments subject to the mortgage, and it'll have all the payments, all the amount of the payments, the interest rate of the mortgage and all that stuff like that. And it's going to have $12,000 from the buyers. Okay. Now, if they're behind $2,000 on the mortgage, the $12,000 that your buyer put down, $2,000 of that is automatically going towards catching up the payments. You have to bring the payments current. Okay, so once the payments are brought up current, now you have $10,000. Okay, that $10,000 is your assignment fee. Okay, that $10,000 is your assignment fee. Okay, it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. It's like wholesaling houses, but now we're wholesaling subject twos. Okay, it's just the same concept. All right. Another thing you want to keep in mind is investors. They love subject twos. Okay, because instead of paying $50,000 for this house, okay, all they have to do is pay $12,000 or $15,000 or $20,000. Okay, they don't have to pay that much for their house, even though they are accumulating a mortgage or assuming a mortgage. Okay, they still love them because they can make money on renting these properties out. Okay, so with that being said, you have to make sure that the mortgage is lower than what it will rent for in the area. Okay, you have to make sure the mortgage is lower than what the rent is in the area. Okay, so the mortgage is $500, but the house will rent for $1,000. Okay, the mortgage is $500, but it'll rent for $1,000. Okay, so now you got this investor who came in. He put $12,000 down, $2,000 going to catching up the payments, $10,000 going in your pocket. The investor's like, dang, man, I just got me a house for $10,000 and I'm cash flowing $500 a month. He's going to throw a renter in there and charge the renter $1,000, and his mortgage payment is $500. Okay, he's making $500 every month. That's it. That's it, man. You got to make sure that the mortgage is lower than what it'll rent for. Okay, in my area, I've seen people snatch them up as long as it's making $200 more than what the mortgage is. Okay, I like to leave it $300 more, but just throw it out there. Say, hey, the mortgage payment is a little tight than what we normally do. I may be able to find an investor seller. I may not. But what I can do is I can send it out to my investors that's within my circle, and I can see what I can do to help you. Oh, thank you. That'd be so nice. You're so nice. Thank you so much. All right. So you always want to let your seller know what you're doing. And the reason why is because you don't want to be stuck in the middle. Okay, you don't want to be stuck in the middle of this deal forever. Okay, so when somebody's assuming this mortgage, it might be 20 years left on this mortgage. So you don't want to be in the middle of this structure for 20 years. So you have to at the end of the deal, you have to introduce the seller and the buyer. They have to know each other. Okay, so they can deal directly with each other. Okay, because you don't want to be in the middle. All right, so you have to let them know what's going on. And in some cases, you might have to pay the seller some of that money that you got coming from your assignment fee to make them happy. In some cases, you have to do that. But that's fine. It's totally fine. It's more money. It's more money than what you had to begin with in your pocket. Okay, now you can't get 10. Maybe they want 5 of that. Okay, that's totally fine. You have $5,000 in your pocket. The seller gets $5,000. Okay, that's $5,000 you didn't have in your pocket. Okay, even if you only walk away with $1,000. Okay, that's totally fine, because you learning while you do this, and you just made $1,000. Okay, you just made $1,000 you didn't have. Raise your hand if $1,000 will help you. It helped me. I'm telling you, I'll take anything. And I'm going to learn during the process. If I was a beginner. So look, when you guys are out there, like I said, definitely get some advice. Call the title company, call the attorneys, and make sure that you get the correct advice. All right. Now, how to find a cash buyer. All right, how to find a cash buyer. Go watch my video. Okay, I talk about how you find cash buyers. Go watch my video. All right, go watch my video. It's on YouTube. Please go watch it. All right. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. Make sure you go check us out on Instagram at Wholesale. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. And remember, Watch my video to find the buyers. Okay, and if you can't find a buyer, just hit us up. We'll find you a buyer. If the mortgage is too tight and there's no equity and they're motivated to sell, call us up. We'll find you a buyer in your area. And we'll split the deal 50-50. Okay? And remember, always remember, man, you gotta work hard now to live your best future. Okay? You always got to work hard now. You got to work hard in the present time so you can live your best future. Okay? So you can live your best future in the future time. Okay? But listen, work hard now so you can live your best future. And that's all I got for you guys today. And I'm out.